Welcome to the Good Neighbor Spotlight, the show where we celebrate community, compassion, and the power of being a good neighbor. From the heart of the mountains in Southwest Virginia, we bring you stories of service, hope, and the people who make it all possible. Volunteers, partners, staff, and friends. We're so glad you're here with us. Pull up a chair and we'll listen, learn, and laugh together one neighbor at a time. My name is Dee Dee Hoosier. I'm director of the Bland Ministry Center, which is located, of course, in beautiful Bland County, located in Appalachian Mountains of Virginia. We have just started our podcast, the Good Neighbor Spotlight, and what we're hoping to do in a very informal way is to have conversations with different friends and acquaintances that we've made over the time uh, that go in and spread the good news to others through their own special talents and own special gifts. Um, the Bland Ministry Center has been around since 1980. It started out as a very small food pantry and a volunteer dental clinic, and we now are in the process of expanding into a new building for our dental clinic, and our food pantry is currently feeding about 200 families a week. And we know that that's because of God's blessings and His mercy to us to allow us to keep going. And that's what we want to do for the friends that you're going to be seeing over the next several weeks. We're going to highlight them and their talents and what they feel is their mission in taking care of others. The Ministry Center itself has a mission of wanting to put God's love into action. And that can be done in a variety of ways. And we're excited, and I hope you enjoyed our opening music, which was graciously performed and donated to us by Chosen Road, who one of their original founding members, Jonathan Buckner, is our first guest on Good Neighbor Spotlight. Jonathan and I had a great conversation about how he feels his music is more than toe tapping and entertaining. It is spreading God's love. It is ministering to folks who spend their hard earned money coming to see them. And he has grown to love the fan base. The whole group has grown to be special in the hearts of everyone here in Appalachia. Their music has even appeared at the top of the bluegrass Billboard charts. Their talent is as raw and as fresh as their love for Jesus and their intent to love others as God has loved us. We hope you'll sit back, have a good time, relax, pull up a chair, and just feel like you're in on the conversation that Jonathan and I had. And we thank you so much for taking your time to listen to what we have to say. Hey, Jonathan, how are you?
I'm great, Dee Dee.
Good. It's good to see you. And welcome to the first podcast of our Good Neighbor Spotlight.
I am absolutely honored to be on the first podcast of the Good Neighbor
Well,
Spotlight.
well, we're tickled to have you here. First of all, let me thank you guys so much for sharing your music with us, the opening music for the podcast. We appreciate you guys doing that.
Well, we were honored that you all thought enough of the noise that we make to allow our music to be a part of your podcast. Now, that's awesome. And hey, that's what good
Well,
neighbors do. We help each other, right?
that's exactly right. And you picked the song out, didn't you?
I did. Don't ask me what I picked out because I don't remember.
Send a Light.
Didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was one off of our Appalachian Hymns album. So, good old
Okay.
Appalachian hymn.
Yes. So, I wanted to ask you, you guys have been together for several years. That's got to tell me about the members. That you all being together and having such continuity, that's got to help your showmanship get better and better
Yeah, so Chosen Road
working
started
together.
in yeah, Chosen Road started in 2009, so this is actually our 16th year. We'll be going into 17
Wow.
years, which is hard to believe, but yeah, we're super blessed. There are two original members, myself and Zach Alvis, who is also from our region. He's one of our good
Hmm.
neighbors. We started it in 2009, so the two of us have been doing this now for almost 17 years, which is crazy. But then the other
Wow.
guys in the band, yeah, the other guys, Tyler, who's from up around Huntington, West Virginia, he's been here for um, 9 years in January. Chris, who lives in Summersville, has been here for 8 years. Then we got a newer guy, Bradley, but I've known him since he was a kid. So yeah, it's like one big
Okay.
family. It's really like we're a band of brothers. It feels like that, and it's kind of the way we approach everything.
That's great. That's an awesome thing to have going on. That type of relationship and connection with each other. What is when did you get your aha moment that music not only was music your calling, but a music ministry that it was going to come about in a ministry sort of way?
Yeah, I think that I don't know that I ever had maybe an aha moment.
Uh huh.
Um, I guess I could come up with a time that maybe I would say was that, but I was raised in a church in Princeton, West Virginia, that just they loved music, and it was a very musical church, more music than what you would typically have probably in a church service.
Uh huh.
So that's really how I fell in love with music because I was around music so much. My dad sang, and had an uncle that sang, and it was just, and we were always having groups in. So I guess that was probably my first introduction to people that do what we do now. And so it was
Right.
just seeing all that. And as a kid, of course, you're enamored with things like a tour bus. Like, oh man, that's really cool. I can remember the
Right.
first tour bus I ever went on or whatever.
Right.
But I always saw music in church. We didn't go to, you know, a lot of secular concerts, and so it was we were seeing
Right.
music. I was seeing music in church, and so I think that I always saw music from the time I was a little kid through the eyes of or in a church setting, and so it just kind of
Yeah.
formed. It just formed my opinion, I guess, of or my thoughts as far as what music could be or should be. It's the only thing that I knew. My aha moment, if I had to say, would probably been when I was a teenager, and I loved sports, played sports all the way through school, but then my senior year, I decided not to play sports because I wanted to just focus on music. Because I had picked up the guitar as a younger teenager, and I remember I was at a church camp, and I just felt the Lord just. I knew Christ as my Lord and Savior at that time, and I just felt like, hey, this is what I needed to do, and so maybe that was my aha moment. And so I went back that summer and decided I wasn't going to play football, go out um, for 2 a days in August, and we're going to do
Yeah.
practice. And coach called, and all my buddies called, and it was tough because it was one of those things like that's all I'd ever done. All my friends played sports, but I was like, I want to play music. Ended up starting a little band when I was in high school. It was horrible. Our music was awful, but we
Was it
thought we were really
bluegrass?
something. It was bluegrass, and we thought we were really something. But that was really when I
Okay.
guess then when we started going and playing in local churches, and then when I got in college, I did 4 years of college. But while I was in college, I worked for a Southern gospel group and got to travel
Okay.
on a tour bus for the first time and did all that. But then my junior year of college, 2009, was when we started Chosen Road, and
Okay.
it was always just it was always about ministry from that aha moment. Like I knew that I wanted to play for and I remember my dad and I praying together one night, and I remember praying a prayer, God, if you would allow me to be able to do what I love for the rest of my life, I will always use it to honor and glorify you. And so that was a prayer that I prayed, and everything since then has just been really just whatever God throws our way, that's what's happened. That's what we've done. So people will say, "How did you get started? How did all the guys get together? How did you get from point A to point B and beyond?" And I always just say it was just the providence of God.
Yeah.
No other
Yeah.
explanation for it.
No, and that's the best explanation for it. And you know what you mentioned about growing up in church. There's nothing more Appalachian eh, than good congregational singing.
Oh, you're 100% right about that. Yeah, my granddad, the church that I grew up in, my granddad started that church. My granddad was a coal miner, and
Okay.
uh, and that church would really be on the edge of a lot of people in those communities. He actually pastored two churches at one time. And a lot of those people that lived in those communities at that point in time, they were all working in coal mines. And
Right.
so he started those churches, and so yeah, my background as far as church is as textbook Appalachian as probably it can get, good and the bad.
Right. Yeah. 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 One thing that I've noticed in the times that I've been fortunate enough to hear you guys perform is the heart and the excitement that you put into the performance and the songs. How do you keep that going? How after all this time of work, and how do you keep every song sounds like you haven't been singing it long and you're really excited about it?
Mhm. Yeah, and there's some songs that we've been singing a really long time now. Yeah, I think it all starts with we love it. Like we all love music. So there's that passion for music. But then really I think that the because it can get tough. Like we're blessed to do what we do. I'm amazed every day, that I get to do this for a living, and that we've been able to do it for 16 years. But it's still work at the end of the day. Like it's still work. And so we really
Right.
have to, pray that God gives us a fresh anointing every night when we get on stage.
Yeah.
And then in those moments when like we love music, we love doing it, but maybe in those moments when we're just really tired and we would rather be at home with our families, which those frequently come, we just have to
Yeah.
ask God just to, hey, we have to remind ourselves this is all about pointing someone in that room to Christ, whether it's because they don't know him as Lord and Savior, or maybe they're going through something that we cannot even imagine right now. And we just want to give them
Right.
just a little bit of hope to hold on to.
Well, it's funny you should say that because that brings me to something I have often wondered is because I've listened to songs, whether they're Christian or secular, and there's a song that resonates with you. And I've thought, man, I would really like to let this artist know what this song has done for me. Do you have a special memory of somebody, a fan, that's told you, do you know when you sing that song, this happens, or that you
Yeah,
can
I
think
mean, a
of?
lot, a whole lot. Like that, we get those, and those mean so much to us. Sometimes I read every message that comes in myself, whether it be our emails, um, if it's on social media, like I read everything. Sometimes we don't get to respond to everything, but I read everything. But yeah, there's been some really special ones. There's a couple from up in Greenbrier County, Dan and Dan and Daleen Starkey. They had a son who had some health problems. I can't remember exactly what his health problems were, but he passed away a few years ago. And somehow they stumbled upon our music. I still have the letter that they wrote after he passed away. And
Wow.
their son had not really made any vocalizations maybe for a long time um, before he passed away, but they stumbled upon our music somehow, and I can't remember the exact way they got to us, but whenever they would play one particular song for their son, who was older at this time, but they had cared for him his entire life. Whenever they would play this one song, and it was a song called Look for Me at Jesus' Feet, their
Oh, wow.
son would start trying to
Yeah.
sing along with that song. And so they played that song at his funeral. They reached out to us and got in touch with us. And so we've become really, really close friends with that couple. And they come
That's
and see
special.
us. It is special. Daylene, she owns a bakery and she brings us all kinds of sugar whenever she sees us. But they actually just went on a cruise. We did our first cruise, music cruise, and they went on a
Oh,
cruise with us as our special guests. And they are just some very dear people to us. And they're actually in the process of trying to adopt a little boy. So we're very involved in their lives. We've had a lot of stories like that. Um, some of them will just like some of them, if I sat and told you, I would start crying. But that's probably the one that has led us to just a very close personal connection. We didn't know them from Adam before all that happened with their son, but
yeah.
they're like family to us now. Yeah.
That's that is an awesome story. And something you mentioned previously about when you guys performing, you'd rather be home. This is just not all fun and games because you guys carry a lot of responsibility. Folks are spending their money to come and see you all and taking their time out. That's got to be so humbling to know that people and worship is so personal anyway. That you guys they're taking their time and coming out to see you guys and love you also. You've got a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress, I'm sure, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very humbling, and you're always just,
Yes.
like I said, amazed that people, enjoy what we do and that God's allowed us to do it. But yeah, it gets stressful at times. There's a lot of people usually see the 90 minutes of music. That's what they see. They don't
Yeah.
see anything like tonight. We got to this church where we're doing our first Christmas concert as of the recording of this podcast. First one tonight here in Bristol. We got here about 10 o'clock this morning, and we've been working since we got here,
Right.
just crew setting stuff up. Just a lot goes into it. But the people will see about 90 minutes tonight at 7 o'clock.
Oh wow. Wow.
But
That's
it's a whole
something.
day. Yeah.
So has it always been bluegrass for you? I know you mentioned you were in a Southern gospel group in college, but has it always been bluegrass for you?
No, I actually didn't fall in love with bluegrass until I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
I was raised around a lot of Southern gospel music, so that was what I was raised around. But then I
Right.
fell in love with bluegrass music when I was in high school, just hearing other folks play around, and I saw some a bluegrass special on TV. It was Bill Gaither's Bluegrass Homecoming,
Okay.
and that was the first time I sat down and I watched that because mom and dad were always watching Gaither stuff, still
Right.
do. And so I was like, oh wow, man, I like this. And so then I started trying to seek it out. And at that point in time in Appalachia, in Mercer County, West Virginia in particular, um, we had like three different music venues. They don't exist, they're not around anymore, but it was like this all throughout the South through Appalachia, where on Friday and Saturday nights there were jam sessions. There were people just get together and play and just go, from 7 o'clock till 11 o'clock midnight. And so I started hanging around those places and learned to play a little bit. And so that's how I fell in love with bluegrass.
Okay. Okay. So you all are Appalachian music.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
what's
yeah.
the difference in regular bluegrass and Appalachian bluegrass? Is there?
I don't think there's a difference. I don't think there's a difference. Bluegrass is Appalachian music,
Right.
but
Yeah.
to me, Appalachian music, bluegrass is one of only two genres of music that are truly authentic to America.
Yes.
You
I
have
agree.
you have bluegrass, mountain music that came here from these mountains, or you have jazz music. But Appalachian music, to me, is music that really just pours out of the mountains that we call home. Bluegrass was born in Appalachia. It was a blend of um, Irish music, music that came over from Ireland and Scotland and then Africa. It's like worlds collided. So yeah, I think that bluegrass music is Appalachian music. Gospel music can be Appalachian music. Um,
Yeah.
Country music is Appalachian music. It all flows from these mountains.
Yeah. It all works. It all works together. I agree. Being from here, there was always music in the house,
Yeah.
and whether it was country or bluegrass, it all came together.
Yes. Yes.
It all made sense. Okay, tell us a little bit about Hometown Christmas. I mean, how it started and how it's changed. I know when you guys got started, you spotlighted a nonprofit at
Yep.
Christmas time, and the Bland Ministry Center was very fortunate to be one of your chosen nonprofits one year. But it's kind of expanded beyond that now, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah. We started it. Think that this is our ninth year of doing it, and it started out really
Okay.
small. The first one we might have had 120 people. Um, but we moved venues a couple times. Right now we're at the Granada Theater in
Okay.
downtown Bluefield, which is a beautiful place for live music when they have it. This will be the third year, I believe, that we've done it
Okay.
at the Granada Theater. We moved it to 2 nights because it would always sell out, and so
Yes.
2 nights of music, two totally different sets of music each night. Different artists are featured. Chosen Roads there both nights, but we have special guests with us both nights. Um, we can go over all those details later. But yeah, it started out just a way that we wanted to provide our region community with a faith based Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
That's how it started out. And then I believe the second year we did it, we were like, we want to be able to give back to our community beyond just providing that faith-based night of music. And so we started picking nonprofits to help. And we did partner with you all.
Yeah.
And I hope that we can do that again. We've tried to share the love a little bit and do some different things.
Right.
Um, Last year, we helped out the Able um, Crisis Pregnancy Center. I'm on the board of the Pregnancy Center now.
Oh,
And
okay.
being pro life, that's something that we're very passionate about, very outspoken
Yeah.
about. Um, because of our personal stories. So we last year we were able to cut them a check for I think around $20,000
Oh, wow.
last
That's
year.
awesome.
Yeah, and we want it to be a lot more than that. But yeah, but we've just tried to share the love a little bit and help them. Right now, they're needing a new ultrasound machine. So I'm hoping
Mm.
that this year's Christmas program can just be so successful that we can pay for that ultrasound machine or at least knock out a big chunk of it.
Yeah, that would be great. Able Crisis is a great organization. If I remember correctly, the year you guys we worked with you all were the first sold out show that the Granada had. So you guys
Well, it
had a
was
good night
actually
there.
I think the first sold out show I believe was your all's was the
Yep,
one
it
that we did
was.
in partnership. Yeah, it was a night of hope. That yeah, it was
Yep,
us and Jason Crab, and that was something you
yep,
all used to do Bear Jam, and you wanted to
yeah,
do something again. That was the first sold out night of music in their Granada Theater since probably what the 1970s or
yeah. I
something
think
crazy
so.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I think so. That's awesome. So, hometown Christmas, give us some dates and tickets and where to
yeah.
get tickets and all that good stuff.
This year's event is December the 12th and the 13th at the Granada
Okay.
Theater in downtown Bluefield, West Virginia. Tickets are on sale at chosenroadmusic.com, or you can go to the Granada Theater's website, find the ticket link there. Um, on Friday night, December the 12th, we've got Chosen Road. We've got the Jason Lovins Band, who some folks in our region, they're familiar with them. And then we've got Point of Grace. Some folks might remember Point of Grace. They're phenomenal. One of the best um, female Christian trios there's ever been.
Oh yeah.
So many awards and stuff. Just they're phenomenal. So they'll be there on Friday, December the 12th. On December the 13th, we've got Chosen Road, Scotty Inman, who's like a country gospel artist, great friend of ours, used to be with Triumphant Quartet. And
Yes.
then we've got, I'm so excited about a guy that we've got coming by the name of Sean Dietrich. Some people know
Okay.
him as Sean of the South, and he is an author, he's a
Okay.
humorist. He is, in my opinion, the greatest storyteller alive right now. Um,
Okay.
he is just a remarkable human being. So he's going to be there. He's also a musician. I think that people in our area will just absolutely love him. So I encourage you, if you don't know who Sean of the South is, Sean Dietrich, same person. Um, Google him, look him up, and you will fall in love.
That sounds like a great lineup. I hope it's successful. That'd be
It's
awesome.
looking great. I think both nights will be full. We do still have tickets for both nights. I think
Okay.
VIP tickets for Friday night are almost gone.
Oh,
But
great.
yeah, both nights will be full. It's one of those things for 2 years running now. We have not had tickets available at the door. I don't believe. Um,
That is awesome.
maybe last year we did one night. We had a few available. So go get your tickets now, and it's a great night of music. But then you're helping stand up for the pro life movement by buying a ticket.
Yes.
So
Yes. Well, I know you are a busy man. So the last thing we're going to do is this little thing that I've been told about called rapid fire
oh
questions.
yeah, oh rapid fire baby,
Okay, here we go. Um, front porch or back porch?
front porch,
Okay. Soda or pop?
pop,
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, church potluck. What are you bringing?
I don't like church potlucks. I've,
Really?
I've I've gotten sick from so many church potlucks through the years. I mean, the thing is, when you eat as much church food as we've eaten over the past 16 years, we now
Okay.
it's like we don't want to eat unless we know where it's coming from. If I'm cooking it, it'll be a beef brisket. If I'm cooking it, it'll be a beef brisket that I've smoked for about 12 hours. Yeah,
Okay. I'm sorry, but that is so funny. That
it's
I like
true.
that. I
You
like
don't know
that.
how long that coleslaw's been sitting out there. Whenever you get to it, or that potato salad, you just don't know.
You're exact. Yeah. Or you know how many people have 10 cats in the kitchen? So yeah, I
That's right.
understand.
That's right.
I'm with you. Okay, who's been a good neighbor to you lately, and can you tell us why?
Guy named David Perkins.
I know
And I'll tell
David.
you, David, he has a
Yeah.
heart of gold. And I went to school with their daughter, Holly. We went to school all the way from, I guess, middle school through high school together. They're a remarkable family, but he has been a sponsor of Chosen Road's Hometown Christmas for several years now. And we thank him for that. But he is just a guy that anytime something's needed for the community, I know that if it's kingdom oriented, that they'll help.
That's
And I
awesome.
won't
You
go
know,
into
you
everything that he's done, but even like for Hurricane Helene, when we were doing the relief, um, I said we're going to take a little trailer, and he reached out and said, "Let's just take one of my tractor trailers."
oh
And so they
wow,
brought yeah, and so he's a good dude.
yeah,
He wouldn't
that's
want me to
that.
brag. He wouldn't want me to brag on him, but I'll brag on him. Yeah,
Well, that's great. Everybody needs a shot every now and then. That's good. That's
yeah.
great. Okay, what gives you hope right now?
What gives me hope right now, this very minute? I mean, my answer has to be Jesus because it all flows through Him. But um, my wife and I, we've got a new baby on the way.
I have seen that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's what gives me hope right now. And I think that, looking at all of our children, that gives me a lot of hope.
Good. Good answer. Jonathan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
I'm so excited you're doing this and I truly honored to be the first guest.
thank you. You made this almost painless for me.
Well, I've wanted to do that. I'm
Thank you
glad.
so much.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Good Neighbor Spotlight. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and help shine a spotlight on the spirit of service. To learn more or support our work, visit blandministrycenter.org and we'll holler at you the next time.